Hi Mini Masters, this is our tutorial to make our fun little muddy pink pig for Click Clack Moo Cows That Type for September 2nd. In this activity you will need a piece of pink construction paper. If you don't have any pink construction paper on hand, you can just use regular paper if you want. I chose pink because I like my pig to be a cute little pink pig. Or if you have white paper, you can always color it pink with some crayons or markers, so then you have a cute little pink pig. So what I did was I put my pink paper into my printer, and then I printed out a general outline of a pig, and then his little features in there. So you can draw yourself a pig, or you can do what I did and just chose a picture, and I printed it out so that it was on my paper like that. Then you can cut out your pig. You don't have to cut it out first, and you don't have to do it like this. You can go around the edges just like it is in the picture, or you can do what I did and kind of do just a soft general cutout, because I'll probably cut it out the rest of the way once it dries. You'll need another piece of paper, heavier paper. This is going to be the background that I'm going to put him on when he's dry. It can be any color you want. I just chose green because it looks like he's sitting against some green grass. And then you will need some shaving cream, some glue. You need to have some tape. You need to have a Ziploc bag. Now this big size, this gallon size, the freezer one works the best because it's nice and thick. And then you want to have some brown paint. So the first step in our messy adventure is we're going to turn our pig over and we're going to tape him down. We're just going to roll our tape like this. Just put a piece here, and then maybe up here. So the only reason that we're taping it is we're going to tape it to the inside of our baggie here, but that's so it doesn't roll around too much while we're trying to paint. So you just gently stick it in like that. Okay, and then comes the fun part. You want to stick a little bit of shaving cream. I'm almost out of mine here, so I won't be able to do too much. You want to do a little bit of shaving cream, and then you want to get some brown paint. I have a big gallon thing of brown, so it's going to look a little bit weird. But if you have just a little dab of paint, or a small jar of paint, it won't be so bad. So you kind of do that. Close it up so it's not going to get all over the place, and then you can squish it. So that's what the fun part about this is. We're going to squish it all together. So the shaving cream helps it kind of move around, and then the color helps it get all muddy. We're just going to squish, squish, squish. We're going to mix it all around. So we're mixing and we're painting a really dirty, muddy pig, but we're not getting our hands dirty. So that's what's kind of fun about this. It's a very nice sensory exercise, especially for little ones. So you just keep doing this, and it's good to kind of squish it and just kind of mix it all over the place, make little designs. Now if you've used regular paper like I have, you don't want to do it for too long, because you see how it's already soaking through. So the next step you have to be pretty careful about. So once you're done, you want to open it up, and you want to gently peel your paint or your picture. Take your tape off on this side. It's easier on the paper. It won't rip it if you take it from this side, like that. And then we'll try to slowly pull this out. Hopefully without ripping it. Ta-da! So there you go. You got my muddy pink pig. So I'm going to set that aside to dry. You can even go like that once it's out. So make sure you want to give it a good solid, probably almost day to dry, because this is very, very wet paint. There you go. I took a little bit off there. So you want to make sure your pig is totally dry, and once it's dry, you can cut out your pig around here, and then you can glue him to the background of your choosing. So that is the tutorial for your little pink pig. Stay tuned and I will give you the next step of this video where I show you actually what it looks like when it is dry. Hi Mini Masters. This is the second very short video as I'm going to show you how you can finish up your little pig that we just made. We squished him inside of our bag. So once your pig has dried, so some things to keep in mind, you can blow dry it to make sure that it's dry. You can leave it outside in the sun to make sure it dries that way. Or you can just let it dry for a couple of days, depending on how thick the paper is. I used some pretty thin paper, so I went ahead and used the hair dryer so I can get it nice and dry. And then I decided to cut my pig out along the outline so he has more of a pig shape to him. And then all I'm going to do is, I just got my green piece of paper. Going to be the background because I wanted to make it look like he's just sitting against some grass. Now at this point you can actually add some grass features to it, and we can probably do that a little bit here. If I have a green marker somewhere, that's kind of a green marker. So in no particular order, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put him right smack in the middle. So I'm just going to kind of put some stuff that looks like grass, and you don't have to worry about the stuff in the middle like that because he's going to go right over top of it. But maybe over here. Ta-da! Okay. So now we turn him over. And we make sure that we get a nice coverage of our stick glue all over, especially on the sides. You don't want it to curl up, and because once you get all that moisture, all that paint on this, on your paper, thin paper like this, it'll curl up around the edges. Do you see how it curls up like that? So you want to make sure you get a nice coverage of paint. Okay, then I'm going to make my piggy sit right smack in the middle. And then smooth him out. Make sure he's all the way down. And then there you go. There's your little piggy. And if you want to add some more grass, you want to add some flowers, you can decorate it however you want. Put some little more grass over there. He just, after he's rolled around in the mud, now he just kind of wants to hang out. Wants to hang out with the other farm animals and roll around in the grass. So there you have it. Part 2 of how to glue down your little muddy pig. Thanks, guys.